Hi, everybody. It is December 14th, Thursday. And I'm going to try to I'm going to try to um, explain the bigger picture. There's a lot to it, but I'm going to try to simplify it as much as possible. As far as the situation that we're in, I mean, I think we're at a point right now where people are waking up all over the place. I mean, just even in the physical world, I call it the physical world, but even in this reality, people are starting to wake up to we're being farmed, we're being played. There's a bigger story, what's going on, and I'm going to try to simplify it in a few different videos. I'll start with this one. I've I've done videos like this before, but they've never gone up. For some reason, I'm being stopped by either YouTube or something, or and the reason why is I call it almost like a spoiler alert because it tells you what's kind of really going on, like in the bigger picture. And I've been saying this from the beginning. I said there's a lot things going on this planet, and then there's things going on off planet, and then there's even bigger things going on outside that. We're all part of it. So yeah, here it is. I'm just gonna try to explain it. And I know I've touched on this before. You guys that are up to speed, you kind of get what's going on. But we are eternal beings, and we've created universes to take physical form and like physics, basically. In other words, we've created our own rules. And the reason why I'm saying we is because we are part of what I mean. If you're kind of a religious person, you're thinking God, but it's even bigger than that. It's not just God. It's whether you call it source, energy, whatever. But I'm just saying we're all part of that, and we've set up not only realms for us to have physical experiences and live at, and just literally just to be in these worlds, but also most of them are set up as kind of almost like learning experiences, just so we can experience things and discover and create. So this, and it's huge. It's huge. Like, we've been around for, well, it's timeless, but if I could try to quantify it for you guys to sort of get it, it's like trillions and trillions of years. It's like we've been around for a long time. And that's why we make these physical worlds extremely convincing. Well, because you got to look at them like as if it's like a computer program, and we've made kind of rules that this physical universe sort of abides by. But what I mean is, it's like, and also there's different kinds of physics all over the place too. So it isn't just this type that we're experiencing right now. But yeah, and there's so much to disclose and to talk about. But so we've set up these realms all over the place, and we kind of play by a set of rules of, we pick parts as in like protagonist or antagonist, and we go into these physical realities. Kind of look at it like as if they're a holodeck, if you understand how Star Trek sort of works in that way. It's like these realms are like simulators, but they are real. They're physically real for us to experience things. So, and we come into them, and we purposely usually choose to temporarily have amnesia while we're playing the game, because if you know the outcome, there's no sense of playing the game. So we come in, we have lots of different of experiences, we learn something, and then when you separate from your body, your spirit goes from the body, it can make a decision what else it wants to do. It wants to go on the other side of the universe to do something, or if it wants to come back and try something different. And like I said, it's almost like as if these are video games that, well, first of all, they're never-ending games and they're never-ending realities. We set them up that way. But we can change them, and how? But that's kind of like what I've been explaining is like we are like in God camp, and we're sort of learning we're learning the basics of like ethics, morals, and like interactions with each other. Like it's like almost like a social experiment. These are social studies that we try to understand each other. Earth in particular, and I know I've touched on this before, has been hacked. It's like I said, like if you look at it like a holodeck, it's been hacked and it's been messed with. And it's kind of hard to explain this, but and it's hacked by this dimension, and there's several layers of dimensions, and you can call them, I call them like grades. Like this is the third dimension, and then there's fourth dimension, then fifth dimension, whatever. These realms usually have from 12 to 15 layers of dimensions. We are in the third dimension, and like I've explained before, it's like radio frequencies. We're in a lower frequency, and when you turn the dial up or try to go to FM, that's the only way you can reach these other dimensions, because you can't. It's really difficult to communicate with these frequencies when they're on a different wavelength. Anyway, it's kind of hard to explain all this, but I'm just going to try to simplify it, just so you get kind of where we're at. So this realm has been hacked and that's just it. Like you can mess with it when you understand how these matrices work, or these holodecks work. You can mess with the computer programming, and you can change things around. We call them tech because and it exists. It's like electricity exists, whether we have discovered it or learned how to use it. It's still there. Same with all this other tech, free energy, all that stuff. It's there, but it's just that it's almost like we've kept ourselves from remembering it to make a bit of a kind of a challenge again. It's a big story, but anyway, so I'll go back to explaining what the situation we're in. This realm has been hacked, like I said, and it's hacked by the three-dimensional beings. No, it's kind of overwhelming. This one's normally it's in proportion, because we play these games as in negative entities versus positive entities, and it's kind of a challenge to us, and we play them so that, we always generally win. The good positive energies generally win, because it's almost like it's 70% positive and 30% negative. And just like a play, or like you can choose to be a dark entity or a bad person. It's like I said, a movie character. You can play it just to experience what it's like. Well, can you imagine being stuck in a world where these negative characters not only took it serious, but they have no intention of giving up their power, and they have no intention of moving on. They wanted to capture us and control us, because here's the key. Okay, this is going to be weird, but I'm just going to say it anyway. How these matrices work, or these holodecks work, are they connect to our consciousness, and whether we realize it or not, we manifest that reality. That's why they've learned, well, not learned, but they know how to do this. They know how to use our energy to manifest a reality that serves them, not us. So in a sense, we're being farmed, and we're being corralled constantly to think, to manifest their reality. But we didn't sign up for this. Normally, it's like, well, we might come into this realm and go, yeah, you know what? I want to experience what it's like to be in a war. Okay, that'd be cool. You know, just as an experience. But the problem is, it's way out of hand, and I can just go on and on and on how that system works. But anyway, so they've hacked this system, and they've made us so that we get reincarnated and we keep powering up their storyline. It's shut down that system now because if you can imagine what it's like, I said this is like a holodeck. The only way to fix it is you have to sort of get higher dimensional beings that know how these systems work, and they can actually change the computer code for it to work, sort of to be a positive ending. And that's why you'll hear talk about timelines, which is true. Like all this stuff is so much truth going out there. There's a lot of lies too, but so yeah, they've made it so that we they've basically taken control of that. So the only way to fix it is we have to ask higher dimensional beings to come in and help us. But as you know, like the rules of the game are non-interference. You can't mess with free will. Because it's like the way they look at it is like, well, you went into this holodeck and you've chose this experience. But what we've had to convince them is, no, we didn't. This is going against our free will. This storyline is way off track. We didn't sign up for this at all. So we've, in a sense, asked for help, which we've got, which is the off-planet help, as well as even higher dimensional help, to fix this. So it's being fixed from the outside as well as the inside. And how to get in the inside is you have to incarnate your spirit has to incarnate into a physical body. And then that's how you can understand what's going on down here and experience it and communicate, talk to them what's going on out there, what's going on down here, and for them to understand it. So that's kind of, well, that's what I do, but I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of us here that have incarnated in physical bodies, and we're working together to free humanity from this problem. And what it is it's not about just beings down here. It's about our spirits. We're freeing our spirits. Our spirits have been kidnapped for, some of us, hundreds of thousands of years. We haven't all come here at the same time. It's just, this is over a period of millions of years. And we're freeing everybody, as well as we're trying to keep this storyline going, but we're trying to steer it to a positive. It's not an outcome. Well, it is, sort of, because these stories never end. This is a never-ending story. But we're going to steer it to a positive timeline, and that's why you hear about timelines, and to shake off these negative entities. It's not as if like we're going to get rid of them completely, because that's never been part of the game plan. You want a challenge, but you got to get rid of the ones that are maniacal and that wanted to take over this realm and control it. So we're taking away the controllers, and that's why I've been calling them the controllers since the beginning. Anyway, so that's kind of, and so where we're at right now is this is endgame for sure. So as this thing plays out going forward, you'll notice that the good guys are winning is another way of looking at it. But I'm just saying it's working. We're freeing humanity, and we're clearing out this matrix, this holodeck. And this holodeck is huge. It's the universe. The universe is, this universe that we know of, this is grade 3. There's layers that are more advanced and whatever. So we're kind of just stuck in grade 3 right now, and we're getting out of it. We're sort of like graduating to grade 4 and grade 5. So that's kind of what you've been hearing, that. it gets complicated, but I'm just trying to simplify it. So I'm just gonna see if this video will go up, and yeah, I can explain this further in other videos to more, you know, fill out the story, because there's a lot to it. But anyway, so that's my video for today. Just it's kind of like trying to expose what's really going on, the bigger picture, not what's the politics and, you know, the fluoride and the vaccine. I can't talk about some stuff, whatever. But it's not about the little stuff. This is a big operation. There's putting a lot of thought behind it, and there's a lot of help. You can't see them because they're off planet. Anyway, whatever. I'm not going to go too much into the woo-woo part of it. But yeah, so what I mean, and that's why I'm always saying stay positive, because if you don't realize it, you are writing this giant storyline, and if you fall for their narrative, that's what you end up manifesting. So you have to be careful of that. So stay positive. That's always what I do. I just close my ears, my eyes to, especially the mainstream media. They're trying to steer the narrative. Don't go there. Just try to imagine a good future constantly. Okay, anyway, so stay positive. It's working, and yeah, all this truth is going to come out soon. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.